President Trump announcing new steps that he says will allow America to win the race to 5G.
The race to 5G is a race America must win, and it's a race, frankly, that our great companies are now involved in. We've given them the incentive they need. It's a race that we will win. These changes will contribute greatly to building high-speed networks across America, and it's going to happen very quickly, very, very quickly. By the end of this year, the United States will have 92 5G deployments in markets nationwide. The next nearest country, South Korea, will have 48. So we have 92 compared to 48, and we're going to accelerate that pace greatly.
So the Federal Communications Commission obviously is a huge part of this. The FCC will auction off 5G spectrum airwaves to phone providers in December and create a nearly $20 billion fund to expand high-speed broadband in rural areas. Let's go deeper into the 5G topic tonight with FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr. Commissioner, so great to have you in here with us. I want to talk about what's at stake with 5G. America wanted to be the first to put a man into orbit. They wanted to be the first to send a team to the moon. That was largely national pride. There's more at stake with 5G than just national pride, though.
Well, you're right. 5G is the next generation wireless service. It's an upgrade to our networks that's going to be about 100 times faster. But the stakes are certainly high. It's really about our country's economic leadership for the next decade. The U.S. won the race to 4G, and that generated hundreds of billions of dollars in economic benefits for us. And right now, China saw the success we had with 4G, so they're racing to try to beat us to 5G. So really, the country that's first can exert economic dominance for the next decade. That's why it's so important.
Gotcha. So we lose to China, we lose out on jobs, we lose out on potential GDP is what you're saying.
That's exactly right.
Okay. So what are the benefits, first of all, for consumers? I want to talk about that first. So, you know, my phone right now, I'm working 4G. So when I've got 5G pumping on this thing, what does that mean for me? What does that mean for the companies that I interact with if they are now attached to a 5G network?
Right. And when we talk about 5G and a network being 100 times faster, I think about it in three buckets. One, to your point, is your smartphone. Your smartphone can be a lot faster. Downloading movies that took 10 minutes is going to take 10 seconds. That's really the least interesting piece of 5G.
Okay.
The second piece is home internet access. Right now, many Americans feel like they have one or no choice for high-speed home internet. Well, with 5G, you can get wirelessly the types of speed and service that before you can only get with the cost of a wired connection. The third piece, though, is really a new generation of innovation. Think about connected cars, the Internet of Things, new telemedicine applications. In order for those things to come online, we have to upgrade the network to 5G. That's where we're going to see a lot of new jobs created and a lot of benefit for our economy.
Okay, so then outside of how it benefits the individual, there is a national security component to this. The United States does not want China to sell 5G equipment and telecommunications network stuff to like the EU. Why is that a threat to United States national security?
Yeah, we're looking very closely at this issue at the FCC. We're moving beyond an era where it was just phone calls and emails that traveled on the network. We're talking about healthcare information, banking information. The security of our energy networks now can be online. So when we look at that, we have to make sure it's a secure network. And we want to make sure that there's a level playing field so a variety of competitors can put their equipment in the market and that equipment is safe. And one reason for that is the values that are built into the network. Do you want equipment from a provider that understands and respects free speech, that understands and respects IP protections? Those are the types of things we want to make sure is embedded in the values in the equipment that's going into the 5G network.
So there is a worry that China as a government could infiltrate the Chinese network that's operating this.
This is a concern we've been looking at. There's a lot of equipment manufacturers in China that have a very close relationship, to put it lightly, with the Communist Party over there. And so that's an issue that we're looking at as to the equipment that goes into the network.
Okay. Just a few seconds left, but one thing I wanted to ask you is about this massive $20 billion investment in getting more rural communities up and running and online and faster connectivity. How long will it take to roll this out? Why is it so crucial?
Yeah. 5G is so important, we can't have it be something that New York City has and San Francisco has, but the rest of America doesn't. So this $20 billion fund that the President and my colleague, the Chairman of the FCC, announced today is going to help support broadband deployment in communities throughout the country. We had 14 cities last year that had 5G. We're going to go to over 40 this year. So we're really headed in the right direction and positioning the U.S. to win this race to 5G.
Leveling the playing field. I like it. FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr. Appreciate you coming on with us. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Have a great
Appreciate it.
weekend.